After stoking a massive row by making racial remarks about Congress President Sonia Gandhi, Union Minister Giriraj Singh has expressed regret over his remarks. In a clarification, Giriraj Singh said that whatever he had said was off the record and he didn't intend to hurt anybody. The senior Bihar BJP leader had earlier said that Sonia was made Congress president because of the color of her skin. Speaking to media persons in Hajipur, Giriraj Singh said that had Rajiv Gandhi married a Nigerian woman, obviously indicating the color of her skin, she wouldn't have become the Congress chief. In headlines today is Rohit Singh joining me live from Patna at this time. Rohit, another low blow, certainly not the first from Netas, definitely not the first from Giriraj Singh himself. He's gotten into the habit of saying controversial things and, pretty much getting away with them. He's apologized. He's not really apologized. He's regretted his comments. But what else are you hearing about the fallout of those comments, Rohit?
What is one thing is interesting in this, that his regret has come almost 24 hours after he had made those racist remarks, not only against the Congress president, but a woman this time. And there was tremendous pressure that was mounting on Giriraj Singh since we started airing this a bite of his on headlines today. In fact, in Delhi also, as well as in Patna also, several leaders cutting across party lines were all slamming Giriraj Singh for his controversial statement. And this is not the first time what he has said, because in the last Lok Sabha elections also, he had warned that he will send everyone to Pakistan, those who oppose Narendra Modi. In that case also, we have seen several cases were slapped on him both in the police stations and in the courts. But this time it is a below the belt comment, and that is why he was facing flags from all the leaders. In fact, Lalu Prasad, short while back, he had come to Patna and he also slammed him, and that is why, and BJP was not standing with him in this time. BJP did not come in his defense, and that is why, because of that mounting pressure, he has come out and now regretted for his comments.
Okay, he's regretted it but not apologized. We've already got our first caller. Rohit, stay with me. Usha is our first caller. Usha, go ahead. What's on your mind? What's your reaction to these comments?
Good evening. Our netas cutting across party lines seem to have a medieval mindset when it comes to their views on women. As if JDU Sharad Yadav's sexist views recently on dark-skinned women of South India were not enough.
Yes.
Now comes the despicable remarks of Giriraj Singh, again on the skin color of women, And not to be outdone, the Chief Minister of Goa mocks the nurses' agitation by his obnoxious remarks. Why are our netas so obsessed with the color of women's skin? Have we elected these netas to address the problems of people and to serve the nation, or to make such puerile and offensive remarks? Even more shocking, than their disgusting views is the complete silence of Prime Minister Modi. Could his silence be construed as condemnation of his minister's behavior? Giriraj Singh, who with his regressive mindset is a serial offender, should be sacked forthwith. In fact, he should have been sacked long ago, Just by saying that his remarks were off the record, he cannot get away. And a stern warning should be issued to the rest of his ilk to desist from making such comments. We have had enough of this.
Usha Rao, I thank you for your very comprehensive roundup of your views, and I can guarantee you and assure you that several million people agree with the sentiments that you've just expressed. Obnoxious, regressive, medieval, and complete silence from the leadership of the government and the BJP. There is pressure that's come in from the back, but what has happened on the face of it, on the surface? Nothing has happened. Usha Rao, our first caller, pretty much summarizing sentiments shared by many people in this country over Giriraj Singh. As she says, he's a serial offender. This isn't the first time that he's made regressive remarks of this kind. Let's just play out once again, because we need to remind ourselves of the things that have been said and the retractions that have been made. Let's just play out for you what Giriraj Singh said and how he retracted. Our next caller, calling in from Srinagar now, Dr. Mir Mushtaq is with us. Dr. Mushtaq, what's on your mind? What do you think about this?
I think it's a very shameful act by these hate mongers, but unfortunately the government is not taking any action against these people, because I think these parties, the parties like BJP, are actually thriving on such statements. They're playing to the galleries and misleading the public, but we know the majority of the people do not support such comments. But because of the vote bank politics, these people get away from such comments. Had it been some ordinary person, I think action would have been taken.
That's yes.
Unfortunate is that repeatedly these people are making such statements, but no action is being taken against them.
I think that's a very important point that you make, Dr. Mir Mushtaq, calling in from Srinagar, saying that no action is ever taken against leaders like Giriraj Singh because they are elected leaders. They are in the Lok Sabha. They have their own following. They have their own mass following. Really, Giriraj Singh certainly is a mass leader, and therefore there are political compulsions at play, as a result of which nothing seriously can actually happen in terms of action against such regressive comments. Our next caller is Suman, calling in from Chennai this time. Suman, go ahead. What's on your mind?
Good afternoon.
Yes.
The 3 points, if I may.
Yes.
Firstly, was Giriraj's comments made in a private function or in public? I think he has now clarified it was private. Secondly, what he said is an extrapolation of what Sharad Yadav said in the Rajya Sabha during the passing of the insurance bill.
That's right.
The Congress RS MPs were deafeningly silent then. Then thirdly, Giriraj belongs to the cow belt. I mean, I'm not justifying it, but they have an earthy sense of humor. And Manishankar Ayan and Salman Khurshid, who are ex-IAS officers,
yes,
they have hurled the filthiest abuses at Mr. Modi. Mr. Khurshid was then the foreign affairs minister. He called Modi, sir, as a napunsak. And I think one thing good when these comments come out is the outrage by the public will make these people realize that they should be careful of what they talk and how they behave.
Yes, a very nuanced view from Suman in Chennai, saying that there are inherent hypocrisies to the reactions to this, both from politicians as well as from others. Says that there's an earthy sense of humor here, but also that there is a selective reaction to some of these comments by people in the Congress, people in other parties. They choose to respond and calibrate their response depending on the political situation. An extrapolation, certainly, of what Sharad Yadav said. And let's not forget that there are several people, even within the Congress and all other parties, who've made sexist comments at one point or another. But at this point of time, it's in the spotlight is Giriraj Singh of the BJP, and the Congress has launched a ferocious attack, asking the Prime Minister to sack his minister Giriraj Singh. Here's what the Congress has said.
It is not just derogatory to Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, but to all women of this country. I think it has become a habit with BJP ministers to make these kind of outlandish remarks. I think it is time for the Prime Minister, who keeps saying that these kind of remarks should not be made, but every week we hear a remark made by some MP or some minister in the government.
ऐसे ऐसे लोगों को मोदी जी ने अपने मंत्रिमंडल में लिया हुआ है. इन्हीं महानुभाव ने कहा था कि जो मोदी को नहीं चाहते वो सब पाकिस्तान चले जाए. अब ये इस प्रकार का शर्मनाक इन्होंने बयान दिया है. मैं इसकी घोर निंदा करता हूं और मोदी जी को इस बारे में फिर से सोचना चाहिए कि ऐसे लोगों को उनको मंत्रिमंडल रखना चाहिए जो इस प्रकार की ऐसी हीन भावना से रेसिस्ट एक रिमार्क उन्होंने जो किया है. ये ऐसे लोगों को रखने का कोई औचित्य नहीं है. मैं इसकी निंदा करता हूं. उनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई होना चाहिए.
Raghunath calling in from Bangalore now. Raghunath, go ahead. Your views on Giriraj Singh's comments.
Good evening.
Yes.
The thing is, whether it is Giriraj Singh or Mr. Yadav of Bihar, Sharad Yadav,
yes,
they make all kinds of derogatory remarks against women, which is totally unacceptable.
Yes.
And I don't know why Mr. Modi, Prime Minister Modi, is remaining silent on all these kinds of comments. The election they won on the basis of development. But instead of development, we are seeing all kinds of racist remarks from these MPs, ministers. Whether it was in the Delhi election, some minister made some racist remark and apologized. And now this man, Mr. Giriraj Singh, is creating a nuisance. Earlier in the parliament, Sharad Yadav created a nuisance. Why the people, learned people who draw more salaries and perks and get elected from the people is to take such a nonsense in the public or to work for the development of the people.
You raise a very good point, Mr. Raghunath. You say that why is the Prime Minister silent, especially since it is clear that remarks of this kind affect the image of the government at large and not just on individuals, and perhaps impinges on the Prime Minister's image itself, because it is being seen out there. The perception is that Narendra Modi, seen as a man of action, is not taking action against an errant minister despite some very offensive things actually being said. We've got another caller, Anurag, on the phone line. Anurag, go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yes.
I wanted to say that I think the main reason why leaders like this make such very irresponsible comments without any basis is because they know they can get away with it. And they have a very big constituency which is out there to defend it day and night, justifying that it is the Congress party which is racist and not the minister who made such a comment. So I think it's very deplorable, and it gives an impression that political discussion is going very cheap in
I think you've hit the nail on the head, Anurag. You've said that the reason why comments like these will never stop is because the people who make these comments know that nothing's ever going to happen to them. No action has ever been taken so far by any party against any member, minister, MP, leader, no matter what the level of sexism or derogatory comments is actually concerned. Sriram is our next caller. Sriram, what's on your mind? Do you think that Giriraj Singh should be punished, or do you think everyone's overreacting?
What I think is Giriraj Singh or any other leader from the BJP from past 6 to 7 months have been very, very polemical to the people. When leaders talk like this, how will people react? Some section of people are getting swayed away with this, and we have seen people attacking Muslims and stuff. I think if politicians and cabinet ministers who are ideals for the people of India, if they behave like this, people also start being like this. People are already so intolerant. If they start, if leaders also start becoming like this, people from other people also may get affected by this, and we may have so many sex comments from Sharad Yadav ji and etc.
They're setting a bad example. These are visible faces, these are leaders, these are public figures making statements like these and pretty much sending out a message. That's what you're saying, Sriram, that these comments become more acceptable every single day because people in the public eye, people whom thousands of constituents look up to, perhaps respect even, actually make these comments without batting an eyelid. That's a good point as well. Dr. Abhishek calling in from Odisha now. Dr. Abhishek, go ahead. What's on your mind? What's your opinion on this?
Actually, see, did you read a tweet from Tarjin Singh? What Giriraj Kishore said was absolutely appalling, but did he say the wrong thing? Just ponder on this bit, actually.
Okay, so you're saying, I think I understand what you're talking about, because right now, as we can see it, there is a tutu meme going on between the Congress and the BJP, where the BJP has defended, not really defended Giriraj Singh, but basically said the Congress is nobody to speak about such things, especially since they've got so many leaders, including senior leaders of the Congress party, who've made sexist remarks and not really, faced any action within the Congress party for them. We're waiting for some more callers. Our phone line is still open. Sunny is calling in from Kolkata now. Let's go straight across to him. Sunny, go ahead. Tell us what you think.
Yeah, what I want to say is that during Delhi election, assembly elections, Arvind Kejriwal's opponent, I think it was Nupur Sharma, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Actually, she commented not once but twice that Arvind Kejriwal is mentally imbalanced, and then he is like monkey, is acting like a monkey jumping from one place to another. So my question is that being a woman, she means by default she has a license to criticize him, and you people then didn't highlight this thing. Because I've seen the internet, she has twice made such comment.
Okay.
That he is mentally imbalanced, and then he is like acting as a monkey. Then you didn't criticize. Why?
See, this is, I will answer that question directly, Sunny, because this, what about this is a very legitimate question about the selective coverage of comments. I can tell you that here on Headlines Today, we cover sexist and offensive comments of all leaders. It doesn't depend on who that leader is or which party they belong to. So accusations about selectivity here on Headlines Today will not fly. What I can tell you is that the entire debate over these offensive remarks, no matter what and which time it happens, whether it's Giriraj Singh now or another leader then, or Digvijay Singh at another time, or Sharad Yadav, the simple fact is it boils down to a political tutu meme on Twitter offline as well, where party leaders basically say these comments were regrettable, but you also have people in your party who make such comments, and therefore the vicious cycle just continues on and on and on. Let's get you some political reactions to illustrate precisely what I'm talking about. Let's tell you exactly what I'm talking about, some political reactions.
किसी भी जो आदमी का इतनी बड़ी दुनिया में लड़ाई चली है, जो भी इस दुनिया में एक बड़ी लड़ाई जो है वो रंग भेद की भी है, अपार्थाइड की भी है, और रंग के साथ किसी खूबसूरती का किसी चीज़ का रिश्ता ही नहीं है। और इस देश में क्या दुनिया में जो इसको रेसिज्म माना जाता है, तो उनका जो कमेंट है वो बिल्कुल ही बेकार का और फालतू का। हाँ, इस देश में सांवले लोगों की संख्या, ये सांवले लोगों का देश है, उनकी संख्या 80% है, तो वो भी चाहे वो फेयर कॉम्प्लेक्शन के हो, चाहे वो किसी रंग रूप के हों, सुंदरता का उससे कोई रिश्ता नहीं।
We've got more callers coming in. Geeta calling in from Bengaluru now. Ma'am, go ahead. Tell us what you think.
It's about Giriraj again, not...
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I just wanted to say one thing that nobody seems to have said anything about. I just felt as a woman, it was bad enough what he said, but the people around him, and that included journalists and others, were all laughing away.
Yes.
Like it was a wonderful joke.
Yes.
And it really hurt me as a woman, and I thought that's the only point I want to make.
That's an excellent point, and it's a point that I wanted to make as well. In fact, I was composing a tweet about precisely that point, Geeta, about the fact that when Giriraj Singh actually made this point, there were people sitting around him, and apparently it was a briefing for journalists. There were journalists and other, possible affiliate politicians sitting around him who were also enjoying the big humor, the big joke. Gopinath calling in from Delhi now. Gopinath, go ahead. We've got time for one last caller on this special show. Rana calling in from Delhi. Rana, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say that the only basis, because Mr. Giriraj Singh is being, projected as a leader, is that he's from Bhumihar community, and that is being made a political basis for all this. And I'm sure that there will be nothing happen to this minister. Nothing will happen to this minister,
right?
Because
your point is taken, Rana. You're saying that the caste equations, the caste politics involved the fact that Giriraj Singh is a mass leader, he belongs to a certain community or caste, his caste identity will mean that nothing can ever happen to him politically, because that would have several other repercussions politically for the Modi government itself. And remember, Bihar will soon be going to the elections, and therefore there are those considerations as well. We'd like to tell our callers that we're going to continue to track this story very, very closely. Giriraj Singh has only said that if he felt that he had offended anyone, then he regrets his comments, but he hasn't issued an outright apology. The BJP has distanced itself completely from these remarks, but nothing in the way of any kind of action. Total silence, of course, from the senior leadership of the party.